to getting to know Carolyn's family more. Still sticks in my craw there. To be called my wife on Sunday. Who did that?
Under a canopy of stars, they danced in a world of their own, her dress rewriting history. But now, never-before-seen photos have unleashed a storm of controversy, with the Kennedy family crying foul and the internet erupting in a battle over legacy and love. It was the wedding that stopped time, a fleeting moment of pure, untainted magic that America's golden couple, John F. Kennedy Jr. and Carolyn Bessette Kennedy, stole from the jaws of a ravenous media machine. On September 21st, 1996, in a candlelit chapel on a forgotten island, they vowed forever in a ceremony so secret it felt like a dream. Fast forward to 2025, and a stunning collection of rare photos from that day has burst onto the scene, peeling back the veil on a love story that still haunts our collective imagination. These intimate snapshots, released to hype the CNN documentary American Prince, JFK Jr., are breathtaking, but they've also lit a fuse. The Kennedy family is raging, social media is ablaze, and a new Ryan Murphy series is fanning the flames of a debate that's tearing fans apart. Was this a heartfelt tribute or a shameless cash grab? Grab a seat, because this story is a whirlwind of romance, betrayal, and legacy. A wedding that redefined romance. Close your eyes and imagine a scene straight out of a cinematic masterpiece. A tiny wooden chapel on Georgia's Cumberland Island, shrouded in darkness, glows with the soft flicker of countless candles. The guest list? A mere 30 souls, family and friends, so close they're practically family themselves. No helicopters buzzing overhead, no telephoto lenses lurking in the bushes. Just John F. Kennedy Jr., America's heartthrob, and Carolyn Bessette, the effortlessly chic fashion icon, sealing their love in a moment that felt like it belonged to them alone. This was no ordinary wedding. It was a rebellion against the spotlight that stalked their every move. The photos, captured by journalist and guest Carol Radziwill, are like relics from a lost era. One shows Carolyn, her blonde hair swept into a gloriously messy bun, slipping into a matching t-shirt with John, their faces glowing with unguarded joy. Another freezes them mid-laugh as they unwrap a gift, surrounded by the warmth of their inner circle. There's a shot of the reception, a handful of tables under a billowing white tent, bathed in the golden hue of candlelight, where stories and toasts filled the air. And then, the image that stops your heart, John and Carolyn dancing under the stars, his jacket draped over her shoulders, her Narciso Rodriguez slip dress, a sleek, daring masterpiece, catching the moonlight. It was like a movie. Radziwill told CNN, her voice thick with nostalgia. Scorsese couldn't have staged this better. What made this wedding legendary wasn't just its secrecy, but its soul. Carolyn, the mastermind behind the operation, pulled off a miracle. Nobody in the world knew we were there or why we were there, Radziwill recalled. That in itself was magical. Carolyn was determined to be married privately, and she made it happen. The couple didn't just dodge the paparazzi. They outsmarted them. They chose Cumberland Island for its isolation, a place where the world couldn't touch them. The ceremony itself was gloriously unscripted. Radziwill described the moment Carolyn walked down the aisle. It was already dark, and the chapel was lit only by candles. The doors opened, and there she was, radiant. The light was insane. It was like something divine. Carolyn's dress, a minimalist silk slit that hugged her frame with effortless grace, wasn't just a fashion statement. It was a revolution. It shattered the era's obsession with poofy, princess-style gowns, setting a new standard for bridal elegance. There's an elegance to the casualness that's hard to replicate, Radziwill said. It's who they were as people, authentic, unpretentious, and impossibly chic. That authenticity defined every detail, the intimate dinner on a terrace, the laughter that echoed into the night, the way John and Carolyn seemed to exist in their own universe. A legacy under fire. Now, in 2025, these photos have detonated like a cultural bombshell. Released to promote American Prince, JFK Jr., a 3-part CNN documentary delving into John's life. They've reignited the world's obsession with the couple. Social media platforms like X are a battlefield of emotions. These photos are everything. One user posted, sharing a snap of Carolyn's dress. She's still the ultimate style icon. Another wrote, "This is what love looks like, raw, real, and untouched by the chaos." A third user gushed, "That dance photo? I'm crying." They were perfection. But not everyone's reaching for tissues. The Kennedy family is livid, and their anger has cast a shadow over the nostalgia. Jack Schlossberg, JFK Jr.'s nephew and a fierce guardian of the family's legacy, took to Instagram with a blistering rebuke. "My news feed is flooded with pictures of my uncle, a great man," he said in a video that's racked up millions of views. For those wondering if our family was consulted about these new shows, the answer is a hard no. They're grotesque, exploiting his name for profit. Schlossberg's frustration didn't stop there. He pointed out a harsh reality. In New York, the right to control one's image doesn't survive death, especially for public figures. "There's not much we can do," he admitted, his voice cracking with resignation. The backlash has spilled onto X, where fans and critics are duking it out. "Jack's 100% right. Leave their legacy alone," one user posted, earning thousands of likes. Another countered, "This isn't exploitation. It's history. Their story belongs to the world now." The CNN documentary has faced its own heat, with some calling it a cash grab. "Those photos are stunning, but it feels like we're prying into their souls," one user wrote. Others defended the project. "If it's done with respect, what's the harm? We need to remember them." Meanwhile, Ryan Murphy's upcoming series American Love Story, which promises a dramatized take on the couple, has already been slammed for its promotional images. "They look like cheap imitations," one ex-user scoffed. "Carolyn would have hated this." A couple in the crosshairs. To grasp why these photos and projects are so polarizing, you have to understand the world John and Carolyn lived in. John F. Kennedy Jr., son of President John F. Kennedy and Jackie Kennedy, was America's prince, charismatic, impossibly handsome, and carrying the weight of a dynasty. Carolyn, a former Calvin Klein publicist, was his equal in every way, sharp, stylish, and fiercely private. Her street style, tailored coats, sleek trousers, those iconic oversized sunglasses made her a fashion legend, yet she loathed the spotlight. Together, they were a paradox, a power couple who craved normalcy in a world obsessed with their every move. The paparazzi were relentless, turning their lives into a spectacle. Every coffee run, every kiss, every argument was fodder for tabloids. Their secret wedding was a defiant act of reclaiming their narrative. They didn't just want privacy, they demanded it. Cumberland Island, with its wild, untouched beauty, was their sanctuary.